What is up, guys? This is Olympio coming at you with a debut deck profile of my Junk Dopple deck. Now, Junk Dopple is one of these decks that I've kind of always and ahhed over. I've always thought it was quite a nice deck, just really fun to play with. And one of my mates, Speedy Steve, R.I.P. Speedy Steve on the YouTube channel, unfortunately, he was obviously a pioneer for it, and I took a lot of inspiration from him. And I was speaking to him the other day, and you know, it's really cool to speak to him. But this is the Junk Dopple deck that I'm playing. It's such a difficult deck to play with because there are so many builds. The extra deck is so fucking tight, and being able to find a consistent build is something that's actually quite difficult. If you've played Junk Dopple, if you have the deck, anything like that, you'll realize what I mean. So without further ado, we'll go straight into it. And obviously, when the new support comes out, I'm going to be so happy. So this is the deck. We have 3 Junk Synchron. He is one of your main guys. You play him at 3 basically regardless because it's just so good. Being able to just get everything back. You can get the Dopple Warrior back with this effect, go into the Librarian and then do a lot of different shenanigans. A lot of combo based cards use this card. 2 Quick Draw Synchron. So the reason I have 2 is because it's just how I prefer it currently. When the new support comes out, I'll probably up it to 3. But for 2 now, it's currently it's running quite nice. Being able to discard the Glow Bulb, the Spore, the Dandelion, you know, the different cards, Level Eater and so on that you will use in the deck is really useful. And a level 5 Synchro is just really nice. Don't forget you can only use Synchron Synchron Synchros for that effect. 2 Dopple Warrior. Dopple Warrior is a really great card. Just so many fun plays. You can make a crazy Librarian and Formula Synchron plays with this. If you have, for example, a Junk Synchron and a Dopple Warrior and, say, a Glow Bulb, you can Junk Synchron, get the Glow Bulb back, special summon the Dopple Warrior with its effect because something's come back, sync up into the Librarian, get the 2 tokens, sync into Formula, draw 2, and then revive it again and draw 2 again. So it's just crazy good. Like, you can do so many crazy plays with the card, and I really do like it. I think 3's a little too cloggy, and you'll see the ways I can get it out a little bit later on. 1 Unknown Synchron. This is here for the Road Warrior plays and also Quasar plays. You kind of need him, so it's a really nice card. 1 Level Eater. I have kind of wanted to up it to 2, but I really didn't want to see it as much. I think the day that I up it to 2 is the day that I up Quick Draw Synchron to 2 because it just works really well because you can discard it, bring it back, going to level 5. So yeah, it's really nice. Going on to the Plant Engine, we have the 1 Debris Dragon, the 1 Dandelion, the 1 Glow Up Bulb, and then finally the 1 Spore. I really wish this was ulti because then it would go perfect with all of these. So I was kind of and ahhing. The Debris engine is a interesting engine nonetheless because obviously with Debris you can bring all these back. You mainly want to bring back the Dandelion, but there are other cards you can bring back which I'll show you in a little bit. But it never really sits well with me sometimes because you have to, if you want to make the Debris engine live, you want to make it a card that you actually enjoy seeing, you need to add other cards into the actual deck that will run well with it. So obviously these all run well, but because 2 of them are tuners, it's not really going to work. So you'll see the cards and the choices that I've got in here for having Debris, and I didn't have it in initially, but then I decided to make some changes. I'm not running any Light Swans in here. I was originally running a Charge, 2 Raiden, and a Lila, but I've actually given up on that because I kept seeing Raiden when, although it's good because you basically mill 4 as long as you stayed there on the M phase, it was a little bit annoying because sometimes I just had too many tuners, and there are a lot of tuners in this deck. So I kind of just took a bit of the cut and, you know, I just cut it down. So the Plant Engine is always a good one because you can really explode with it. Going on to the Chaos Engine, we have the 1 Blackluster Soldier live so many times. It's normally, unless you're drawing first turn, even then, it's really live. The 2 Chaos Sorcerers, these are just here, as I said, because it's the Chaos Engine. I really like the cards. They can really, really help you out in some difficult situations because you are flooding your graveyard with lights and darks. 2 Gores. I don't run any traps at all. This is a turbo version, you can argue. But I don't run any traps, so Gores is just a great card. And obviously with the level 1 synchros that or tuners, sorry, that I have, it means that I can easily use the token or himself to go into something I like. Card Trooper. So now you'll see why I'm running Debris, because here's one of the other targets. Card Trooper. Really solid card. It's really nice because you will, if you get his effect off, you'll be able to trade it off from actually using the card. The milling 3 is always nice. I don't believe in this milling 1 unless you're literally, you've got 1 card in deck left, and then why would you do it? But 3 is really good. And don't forget with Debris, Debris' effect negates his effect when he's summoned. So you summon him, it's a cost to mill. So therefore you can still mill, it's just he doesn't gain the attack boost, which is the effect. So never forget that. If you are playing something like this and you Debris, you get him, you can mill, and then you can, synchro up into that Black Rose Dragon if you so wish. Support cards. 2 Maxi, another Debris target, but I can't really use it because I don't have any level 6 dragons. But nevertheless, you can bring him back to do other different plays if you so wish. Maybe you got Spore Engrave or something like that. But Maxi is really good this format with Nakloths and everything like that running around. It's really useful. And the 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is in here because it's 1-for-1 target. It's a level 1 target for Junk Warrior. Not Junk Warrior, sorry. Junk Synchron. Because I can bring him back, and you bring him back with a Dopple Warrior, and you can do the same plays with the Gloat Bulb that I mentioned earlier. And it's a light as well, and it's not terrible, to be honest. So that's the monsters. Going on to the spells, we have the 3 Tuning. You have to run 3 of these, in my opinion. This is a staple at 3 if you're running a Junk Synchron deck, because the card is just so good. It's just an absolutely amazing, amazing card that is just broke in this deck, because I can search out the Unknown Synchron, even though I wouldn't want to really. I can search out the Junk Warrior and Junk Synchron, sorry, and then the Quick Draw. So, card's just amazing. I'm being able to mill, hopefully get a lucky mill at the end of it. It's really, really solid. Then we have the 3 Rotor. This is here for the Junk Synchron. It's here for the Dopple Warrior. And I don't think it's for anything else. I can't remember off the top of my head. Looking through, no, it is not. But for those 5 targets, and they're very important targets as well, it's a really solid card, because it just means that being able to do the, as I said, the draw 4 play is really, really nice and really solid, and it just means a lot of deck thinning and everything like that. 3 MST, don't really need to say much about this. You want to be able to get your plays off as safely as possible, so being able to stop the vanities or anything like that is good. 2 Pot of Dichotomy, really solid card in this deck, because we have so many different types in here. It's unbelievable. You have the Plant Engine, you have the Chaos Engine, you have the Junk Warriors, Junk Sync, absolutely everything. And don't forget, you can bring back the extra deck as well. So it's a really, really solid card. You really don't want to see it early game. That's why I don't play 3. You want to see it kind of mid to late. It's the most ideal times, to be honest. But still a really great card. With Avarice gone, this is what Junk Synchron kind of has to use now in its place. Otherwise, Avarice would be an instant staple in this. And obviously it was. And it'd be an instant staple in many other decks. Then we have the 1 formula. We have the 1 Foolish. This is obviously here because we want to get any cards into the graveyard to make different plays live. Don't really need to say much about it, to be honest. It's kind of a no-brainer. The 1 Soul Charge, really solid card in here because you can do some pretty sick plays. 1-for-1, being able to discard, being able to do everything like that is good. And, bringing out some level 1s, Gloat Bulb, so on and so forth. You cannot argue with that. The 1 Allure, yes, I realise it's not ulti. It hurts me to use the common considering how bling the deck is, but yeah, I'm working on it. The 1 Allure because I play loads of darks and it just makes sense. And then finally the 1 Snatch Steal, because Snatch Steal is one of the best cards in the game right now. So going on to the extra deck, we have the 1 Quasar. This card you can make so often in this deck. It's just so good. I really do love it. By the way, if you're wondering, the sleeve that I'm using is just a normal World Championship sleeve. But this is a kind of a KCM or KMC sleeve, oversleeve that's on the top that I just really liked, that I like to protect my extra deck. So we have the 1 Quasar, and then obviously to follow we have the 1 Shooting Star, which makes sense. And then the Stardust. So the Stardust is in here because I actually go into shooting Star Dragon quite a lot, to be honest. It's really simple. Obviously, you just need a formula and this, and you can make it into this, because a lot of people might not see it coming. But obviously one of your main goals is to go into the Quasar, which is, you know, obviously going to cause people a really big problem. And if the Quasar dies, you bring out this. So yeah, they're the reasons for them. The deck is a quick draw Synchron deck and a Quasar deck, so that's why they are there. The one Scrap Dragon, staple in this type of deck because you have so many different tokens flying around. You have so many different monsters that can just kind of replace themselves. It's just a really solid card. And then going on to the kind of Synchron cards for quick draw and others, you know, is the Junk Destroyer, because it's nice to go into a level 8 and be able to pop a lot of back row. The one Road Warrior, because he is the kind of gateway to some Quasar plays as well. So really, really solid card. So that's the level 8 and higher. Level 7 is the only level 7 is the Black Rose Dragon. This is here for kind of the debris play. And you know, I can go into him in other ways, but normally it's just Debris Dragon that I'll actually use him for. Level 6s, we have the one Go-Yo Guardian, because Go-Yo is a ridiculously good card, in my opinion. The one Drill Warrior, this card I want to talk about a little bit. So, Drill Warrior's effect is just really solid. He's level 6, you can go into him with kind of quick draw, which is really easy to do because if you just have a level 1 token and this, it's just simple to do. Basically, the effect is once per turn, you can halve your opponent's attack permanently. And if you do, the attack of your opponent's... and if you do, it can attack your opponent directly. So, once per turn, you half this attack. Sorry, not your opponent's. I completely misread that. I know what this card does, trust me. And that's not bad, but the reason you use it... And the reason you really use it is for its effect where you discard a card to banish it and then you bring it back in your standby phase and you can add a monster card from your graveyard to your hand. Really solid effect because you're probably not going to want to do it and leave yourself open if you just banish it, no monster on the field, and you're going to get OTK'd. You want to use this in the correct manner where you're going to set up next turn, but you're also safe this turn, so you have other monsters out. Drill Warrior just gets me back so many important cards. Like, it can just get me back. Even a Junk Synchron is such an important card to get back with this. You can get back BLS, the Chaos Sorceress, everything like that. So, really, really solid card. I do love it, and I feel that it's really won its place in the extra deck, in my opinion. The one Armades, because, you know, it's standard. The one Librarian, you have to play this. I don't care what anyone says. And then the Junk Warrior as level 5. So, I have 3 level 5s because Quasar plays are just made easier that way. Level 4, we have the one Armory Arm, and to finish it off, we have the 2 Formula Synchrons. These cards are just so good, you have to run them. Probably when the new support comes out, I might run it at 3, but it needs warrant a lot of testing, to be honest. So, yeah, so that is it, guys. I hope you did enjoy the deck profile. This is such a fun deck for me to play. I really do enjoy playing it, and I cannot wait for the new support to come out, because it's just going to be really, really, really good fun to play with. So I might do a couple of videos on the different combos you can do with this deck. If people do want to see that, do let me know down in the comment section below, because it'd be nice to hear. There are so many different plays, so many different combos, and so many different outcomes to playing this deck. Is just unreal. So I feel that you really have to know this deck a lot, as opposed to, you know, some meta decks where you can just kind of wing it. You really need to know what's going on in your deck with this and the opportune moments to play certain cards. So that is it, guys. I hope you did enjoy the deck profile. Let me know down in the comments section below what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I shall catch you guys later.